It's never guaranteed to have a good catch. You just have to go out there and just sometimes all luck, and a lot of time it's also skill too. If you know what you're doing at the right time, like we just went out like 3 days ago. We were just going for tuna. Threw the tuna lures, got a bunch of tuna, and then my dad saw how the school and the moon was, so he said, you know what, we'll just put on a big marlin lure. 5 minutes later, my dad saw the reel. The marlin was playing with the lure.
Fishing, as you just heard, is typically equal parts technique, having good gear, and just being in the right place at the right time. It can be a game of hurry up and wait, but Don Pedro Cruz, a 12-year-old from Nimitz Hill, leveraged his tools, his instincts, and his determination to reel in a marlin bigger than him in a regional fishing tournament.
Went out, set our lines like maybe in the first 15 minutes, got up to the first bank that we went to, and right away, it was cool. We hit our first marlin on the stinger. We reeled all the way in. It took us about 15 minutes. We were struggling to see what it is. And when we brought up to the boat, it was like a small marlin. Then we were excited, so we flew back in fast, and we were lucky enough to be the first boat to bring in the first marlin. It was cool for me. Really happy. Got to take a photo of my family and my baby brother. It was like my first marlin that I caught in Saipan in about maybe like 4 years.
He's the son of Captain Kin Cruz from charter company Shut Up and Fish, and for him, this isn't a hobby, but a family tradition. His performance in the Derby was truly boy against beast.
It pulled pretty far, and then it just like staying down deep, but we saw it jumping when it first hit. The fight was pretty good. It had a lot of tension on it. It wasn't really that aggressive where we don't have to like bat it a lot or anything. Just gaffed it when it came up. We batted like once or twice, brought it into the boat, then secured all lines and reels, and we started heading in.
Okay, so now let's put this into context. This little guy isn't even able to think about driving a car for another 3 years, but he aptly drove the boat up to Saipan and brought in the catch. He showed the patience, discipline, ability to improvise, and respect for nature that top-tier fishermen spend decades working to perfect.
I was really excited to hopefully I could get a marlin, and I was like the first one out of 90 boats. There's 90 boats out there, and first marlin in all the way from Guam.
And he wasn't done. Acting on a knack, he and his dad headed back out and caught another marlin, and also hooked one of the ocean's apex predators.
Took a lunch break, we ate, messing around on the dock. I was done for the day, but my dad said, you know, we'll just go out just to go fish, you know, just to try our luck again. And boom, we hit another marlin. It was jumping like crazy. This one fought hard. This one was really aggressive. We probably fought it for like 45 minutes this time. On our way back in, we saw a bunch of birds. So we just tried again and put one Bermuda lure out and one marlin lure out again. Then I got hit by another tuna, brought that in. It was a decent one. And then we thought we hit another marlin, but it was just a shark.
But the one defining characteristic that Don Pedro shows isn't something you're gonna find in some online tutorial or a book. He's got inafamaulik. He happily shared his bounty with people who needed it, showing he's taking care of his fellow islanders.
When we caught that marlin on Liberation, we had too much fish still, so we were driving around, and if people had like wasabi soy sauce, that's when we'll give them, you know, bags of fish because they're prepared for it, or they could just grill it too if they want.